I think that every business owner out there understands that having good quality Google and Trustpilot reviews are important for growing their business. By having good reviews, it ensures that people who are coming to your website and haven't heard of you before instantly trust what you do and are likely to take the first step. The challenge comes with finding the time and the motivation to follow up with leads that you maybe haven't spoken to in months or years. What we've been able to do for our clients recently is set up a very interesting automation, and we run it in Go High Level, but also I'll show you how you can use tools like Zapier to set this up. What it does is ensure you're automating the process of getting those reviews. You're doing very minimal manual work, so it doesn't take up any of your time. And also, we have a system that will ensure you're not getting those low quality 1 to 3 stars, people who maybe haven't had the best experience or just didn't fit for your service. We'll filter those out and show you exactly how you can reach the people and get reviews from those who loved your service. They're going to give you a 4 or a 5-star review and build your organic Google My Business profile and start getting more hits and more people coming to your site who trust you and want to work with you. So let's get straight into it. Okay, so when is going to be the best time to ask your clients for a review? It's always going to actually be when they're feeling very positive about your service, when they've had a win, when you've delivered on your service promise. So if you're a home improvement business, then once you've completed the job, then that's going to be a great time to ask for that review. Also, if you're just getting started with working with someone, then that's also going to be good time. They're going to get very excited about your service and they're going to be feeling very positive, so are more likely to leave a good review. So what I'm going to do is give you just the overall concept and we'll get into the specifics in a sec. But what we want to do is ask for a review, but just send this as a text message and not send over your Trustpilot or your Google My Business link. The reason being, there's always going to be people in this world who are going to rank your service 1 to 3. Even if they're happy, they might just on that day not be feeling good. So we want to ask for a review and just get a gauge of what they think of your service. How do you rank it on a scale of 1 to 5? If they say 1 to 3, then what we do is apologize. You can also use that as a good opportunity to learn, ask what didn't you like about it, how could we do better next time, would love to hear, appreciate your feedback as a valued customer. If they say 4 to 5, then that's great. What we can then do is send over that review link and get the review, which is going to increase your overall ranking up on Trustpilot, up on Google My Business. If there's no response, then we can also follow up, and I'll show you how to do that in a sec. So what we use is Go High Level, and that's our CRM, and we use it for our clients. But I've also given a walkthrough. What I will walk through how you can do this in other tools like Zapier and how that would work with something like Salesforce, HubSpot, some of the CRMs that a lot of business owners use and how you can apply this to your business. But what I want to do is give you the concept and you can take it and apply it to your work. So the first thing is the trigger. What sets off this automation is pipeline stage changed. So this is in this situation where we've onboarded the client or we've had a win. We want to ask for the review at that stage. So say we have a prospect, this pipeline we've got here is just for this review. So someone's either going to be a prospect or review. So all you actually need to do to set this off is make sure your client or customer is in your CRM. You change the pipeline stage just to review, for example, and you would save the pipeline where that contact is in the pipeline, and this automation will automatically get running once it sees that they're in the review stage. So you just have to set up a trigger, works based on a pipeline, and then all you're doing is changing the status of each contact. Once they're in the review stage, then this automation will go out. Then what happens is we have the initial message. This is what I said. Hey, it's Max here from MLS Media. I was just interested to know, how do you rate our service from a scale of 1 to 5? You can do this 1 to 10, or 1 to 5 is good though, to keep it simple. And what we'll then get is either someone doesn't reply, and that will sort of go into a follow-up sequence, and you can make that as long as possible, just kind of chasing up with those people who haven't got back to you. And if they do reply, then what we can do is set up this filter where if someone's message contains 1 to 3, so you have the different variants, so replied message contains 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, then what will happen is they get an SMS. Really sorry to hear that. If you'd be able to share what could we improve on next time. As I said, if their reply contains 4 or 5, then what will happen is we'll then automatically send an SMS. SMS as well, I mean, you can try this on email, but I always find that SMS has better response rates. And what you can see here is, that's great to hear. Thanks for your feedback. I'd really appreciate it if you'd be able to leave a review on Google. The link is here. Obviously, insert link of your choice. But this is just showing you how this can be done. This took me about 10 minutes to set up today. It's very quick and a really good approach. And then, as I said, just on the other side, you can kind of follow up however you want, just checking in. Would love to get your feedback as a valued customer, that sort of thing. So that is how it looks in Go High Level. If we go over to Zapier, I haven't set this up to the same level here, as I don't have all these accounts. However, it's also pretty similar. So you would set up updated record. You would need to connect, obviously, your Salesforce, your HubSpot account, whatever your CRM is, but essentially where the pipeline stage has changed, that would then trigger an SMS, as we kind of said. That SMS is about getting the scale 1 to 5. How would you view it? Put in a bit of a delay, wait for them, and you can filter conditions. So if only continue if text contains 4, 4, 5, 5. So you can have this really simple, so that basically you send the initial SMS, and only if their message contains 4 or 5, then you will then send the SMS here that contains the review link for Google My Business or Trustpilot. So that's how it can be done. That's quite a quick run through. Feel free to drop me any questions. I've got my LinkedIn below. If you found that interesting, if it's something you'd like to explore with your business, drop a like or a comment. But I hope that's helpful. It's something that's really effective once it's set up. It doesn't take too long to set up if you've already got the software kind of available. It's just about trying to get ahead and also saving you time. I know for so many small business owners, getting reviews is kind of the last thing on the list. But this is something that will really streamline that process. Build up your presence on Google My Business, which is massive for a lot of businesses in terms of getting organic traffic, building trust, and actually attracting long-term customers. So I hope that was helpful. I can get into more specifics as well, but just drop me a message, as that's more of a broad overview of how the concept works and just showing that it's possible. And there will be other ways to do this other than the 2 methods I've suggested here.